This level right here. I will take it at 10.25 if we get to 10.25. 10.26 is where I buy in. And I'll be out really quick. Let's watch it right here. Come on, let's go. That's a nice recovery on TRCH. 9.7. Come on, ALF, let's go. You guys can see right here. So later on today, I'm gonna send out a message to all the people that I'm gonna group that for the different brokers, and I'll show you how to set up the indicators on your chart. If we look right here, what we see is the VWAP, right, which is a volume weight average price. That's the average price of what people have paid for the stock. So the buyers are trying to hold it above the VWAP, and the short sellers are trying to bring it down. Now, if we see it holding VWAP, then that's a good sign. So we have a doji right here. Let's see if we can get a flat bottom green candle right here. You can see it's struggling. If we can't break out of at this level, and I would say about 2 or 3 minutes, we're gonna fall down, or even less time. All right, there we go. 10.2. Come on. Nope, we're not going. There we go. All right, let's take a look at TRCH. I'm gonna change. So TRCH, you can see right here, great recovery right here, massive green candle. So just keep an eye on this stock for the next few days. This is a Wall Street bet, short squeeze. I guess the stock was heavily shorted, and they have a dividend that's coming out. So whenever a dividend comes out with a short squeeze, the shorts have to pay for the dividend, right? So that's why they're trying to squeeze this stock. So if the short sellers have 500 million shares shorted, then whenever the dividend date comes around, if the dividend is 20, let's say $20, they're gonna have to do that 5 million shares times $20. So it's a lot of money. So that's why you don't want to get stuck in a short position, and then a company is gonna pay out dividends, because you as a short seller, you have to pay the dividends. We can see ALF. Yeah, it didn't go. So look at ALF. That's a prime example right there. It had a gravestone doji right here, flat top red candle, and now we fall down. You could tell it was kind of struggling to break, above $10, hold above $10, and eventually fell down. It's just falling down. Pretty much broke through all the support levels. The VWAP, 10 EMA, 25 EMA, and now we're at the 50 EMA. So if this 50 EMA doesn't hold, Our next line of support is at 9.2. So this thing could go down $1, pretty much. Yep, $1 from the high. Come on, let's give us something. TRCH, I'm looking for this to get back above VWAP before I would send an alert out. I would tell you guys to buy it. It has to get back above 10.24. Wow, look at that. Huge movement right there. So now we need to get back above the VWAP and the 200 EMA. The 200 EMA is pretty much the strongest resistance that you have whenever a stock is going up. Holy crap, look at that. Did you guys saw that? You know, we hit 10.2, trying to break through the 200 EMA to get back above VWAP. And, you know, short sellers came in, and that was what? That was from 10.2 down to 9.6. So that was like a 60-cent drop right there. I mean, this one right here is kind of difficult to chart. There's really no, you know, no pattern right now. It's just up, down, up, down. ALF is the same. Everything's getting shorted right now. So, you know, draw a downtrend line right here, connecting the candles, just touch it at the candle right here. Just bring it down. So now we're looking for this to get back above this yellow line coming down. Get back over here and trade going upwards this way. And there it goes downwards. Keeps going down. It's like everything is going down. Let me see the SPY. Let's see what's going on here. So whenever you trade, you want to have the SPY, you know, you want to have it on one of your screens because the market follows the SPY a lot of times. Or you can see a sell-off right here as soon as the market opens. So most of the times the stocks are going to follow what the SPY is doing. QQQ. Okay, yeah, so now we're dropping. Pretty much everything is dropping right now. So, you know, you see what happened with ALF. You know, if you came in at a break of $10 and you didn't sell at 10.2, you know, you're waiting for more. And, you know, if you didn't have a stop loss in at least 9.9, now, you know, you're down about $1 per share. So you always want to have a stop loss in place. I would recommend about 7 to 10 cents for a stop loss. But, you know, you have to be quick whenever this breaks through $10. If you want that 20-cent move, you have to, you know, sell instantly. So now we see Clove. Like, I think this probably a pump and dump at this point. So normally, in a market like this where everything is selling off, you'd want to go short, or you just want to sit on your hands. Don't take an entry on anything. But let's see. TRCH would be my top watch for today. It looks like it wants to fight. It's not falling like ALF. ALF is pretty much, let's see, pretty much done for today. It's below the, let's see. Well, we have the 200 EMA right here at 8.4, 8.5. So if we crack below this $9 support, we should go down to at least 8.5. Remember, keep an eye on TRCH. If this thing could get back above 10.2, we should see some nice movement upwards. So right here, I drew a downtrend line, right? You see this huge upper wick right here. I touched it at this point right here with these candles right here. And you can see why the shorts, they came in right here, because once we got above this yellow downtrend line, the long line coming across this line, this was going to go back in an uptrend. And if you can see right here, we have an ascending wedge right here. It's wedge pattern right here. So if we were to get back up in here, start trading in this wedge, we're looking for a potential breakout, coming up this way. So that's what the short sellers, they saw that as well. And they're like, well, we're going to prevent that from happening. Also, you want to look at your MACD right here. So the yellow line is your signal line, and then the blue line is the blue line is your signal line, the yellow line is your CC line. So whenever the MACD starts to curl up, whenever the CC line gets above the signal line, that tells you also that the stock is going up, right? And then once the blue line crosses the yellow line, then we're looking for the stock to go down. You can see right here, it's kind of close. So we're expecting this to start making a move back over the blue line. Normally you'd see them sometimes starting to kiss, what we call kissing. They're really close to each other, but right now we still have a little space between it. So if we could curl back up, normally you could take an entry right here. Once you see the MACD starts to curl up, let's look at a 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart right here, as you can see, it's pretty much about kissing right here to come down. So we may go down. Stock may go down at this point. Let's see the 1 hour chart. Yeah, 1 hour chart, you see that the MACD's already crossed over all the way down. So the MACD would have to come back up and get over the blue line, the signal line. There's just not enough volume right now. I think the volume is with ALF right now. So you could have, if you were watching this and you wanted to do a dip buy, you could have taken an entry outside of this downtrend line right here on one of these green candles. If you're doing a quick scalp from 9.2 up to about 9.5. Once you see it starts trading outside the downtrend line, because if it was to keep going down, it would trade, this way coming down, downtrend line. So once we broke above or went sideways from the downtrend line, you could look for a potential entry right here. All right, so I think, yeah, Clove is pretty much the stock that everyone is watching right now. Should have kept an eye on this one. If you guys look, where we have right here again is another, an ascending wedge, ascending triangle. So we're looking for this to trade inside of here. I mean, normally it could break early and, keep going up. But like I said, they fail pretty much 99% of the time when they go early. You want to stay inside here, gather some energy, and then eventually break out. So if you were to take an entry, I'm going to take an entry at 13.25, the break of 13.25. So I'll go in at 13.26. Watch 13.225 right here on Clove. They have a big buy right there, 57,000 shares. Now let's see 13.25. 10,000 buyer right there. Okay, there we go. Now, if you were to get in at 13.25, like I did, now you're up 5 cents, 6 cents. Now my stop loss is at 13.17. So now I'll just let the stock do its thing. And if it comes back down, then I'll stop off for a tiny loss. We need to hold above 13.2. Let's see. 13.25. We're going to keep going higher. All right, come on, let's break. Break 13.31. If you wanted to take some profit off, if you didn't want to take a loss with your stop loss, you could have taken some profit off. It's only about 6 cents, right? But some profit is better than no profit. And there we go. We're up to 13. We just hit 13.39. 13.4 now. Did anyone take that?
Yeah, I did.
You did? Perfect. Awesome, dude. But now we're looking at, to hold around 13.38, 13.4, and we look for this to break above 13.50. Let's see 13.50 on the level 2. Let's see. We're at 13.48, 49, 50. There we go. And, I'm out at this point. I took 5,000 shares and I'm out at 13.5. And that's pretty much, all I need for the day. I mean, I could have held, because right now the stock is not giving me a sign that it's going down, right? We're just going up 13.6. There we go. The buyers are coming in. Look at the volume. Volume right now is about 2 million per candle. So volume is there. There's no reason for you to sell unless, you want to take your profit off the table. And I like to take my profit off the table. So, I went in 5,000 shares and I came out with about $1,500. You saw that was in about, what, maybe 30 seconds or 40 seconds. So you see how much money you can make day trading if you know what you're doing. Now we're looking to hold above 13.25 at this point. That yellow line, we have to hold above here and, start trending above here and eventually go higher. So now we need is to hold. Come on, hold above this level. Did you take your profit out, Dart?
Yeah, I did.
Nice, good. It looks like it wants to hold above 13.25. Let's watch this candle right here. Running out of time. I still haven't updated upgraded Zoom, but I have to go in this week. I have to go in every day for the Navy. I've been teleworking for the past 4 months, but I have to go in to do some stuff that actually requires me to be there. So now, we're holding above 13.25. Your next buy point would be the break of 13.65, the high that we just made. Right. So now we draw another horizontal line. We're looking for the stock to trade in this rectangle right here, in this area, and then push for a new high. And above 13.65, we're going to look for 13.75 to break and then hold above 13.75 for a move up to 14. This is looking strong right now, a lot of volume. Now we're fading. And see, that's why you want to take your profit. Now we're right back down to $13, pretty much. Even if you had 100 shares, whatever you can afford, you still, that was about 40-cent move. You made $40. That's fine. Small profits add up in the beginning. Now, as we see again, a gravestone doji with a flat top red candle, and we went down. So now we're looking for this to hold this trend line right here, this yellow trend line. See why your trend lines are important if you know how to draw them. We're looking for the stock to touch the yellow trend line and bounce back up, and then stay in this wedge right here to eventually break higher. The trend lines are not hard to draw. You're just connecting the points. So connect the candles here, follow where the stock is bouncing. You see it curled up, came and bounced right here. You connect the line right here. Now we see the stock is bouncing on the trend line. So you know that your trend line is correct at this point. And there we go. We broke below the trend line. Next, we have the 25 EMA as our support and VWAP. And they're really close to each other. Normally, I don't like that because once they break both of these support levels, it's going to flash down about 20 cents or more. And we'll see right here. Let's see if we crack below the VWAP and the 25 EMA. So I would have went short here, taken profit up here, and then went short here for the same amount of, size. If I took 5,000 shares up here, I'd have covered in here. And, if I made $1,500 up here and another $1,500 here, that's $30,000 for the day and you're done. You could trade all day and scalp, but, $3,000 is good for the day, right? I'm pretty sure everyone will be happy with $3,000 a day. Now we need to hold above $13. If you can hold above 13 and start to get back up in this wedge here, get above the trend line, then we could look for a move, for a new high of the day. You can see why this trend line right here as well is important, because you could have taken, an entry right here, or I could have taken an entry right here, but we were not looking at clove at that point. So we had a doji right here, and then, just kept going up. So, it's kind of the same thing here, same thing right here. You guys,
all right, man. So typically, you think a doji will
go ahead. Sorry.
trend up or down?
The doji, yes.
Doji.
Yeah. So the doji.
Okay.
Yeah, but it has to be a doji like right here with a flat bottom green candle. The bottom of the candle has to be flat. It's going to tell you exactly where the stock is going to go. Right, and then you see right here. So this green doji is called, it's just a doji. But then when you have a doji like this right here, that's called a gravestone doji. The name tells you gravestone is going down, right? So that's pretty much the opposite of what this is over here. So
right, makes sense.
Right.
Go over some.
What was that? Now we see right here, we had a doji and we started with a flat bottom green candle, but instantly, the short sellers, they changed it to a red candle. So, the volume just wasn't there. We only had about, what's that, 90,000 shares of volume. So volume wasn't there. Now we see the trend line, has to stay above this yellow trend line right here and get back up above this trend line for us to continue going up, or else we're going to fade. And I think we're going to fade for the rest of it. Well, not for the rest of the day, but in the meantime. If we crack below the 25 EMA and if VWAP, which are these two lines right here, is going to go down to about, I would say, the 50 EMA, which is at 12.6. So if you were short, you could have covered some profit in here, and then you can let the rest of your shares ride for this stock to crack the 25 EMA and VWAP. And then you could cover cover the rest of your shares in this area right here. All right, guys, I have to go into work and probably for the rest of the week, then I should be back to normal next week, teleworking. So I'll be on all day. But I'll do this again tomorrow. I have it recorded if anyone wants it. I'll send it out in the Discord.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, have a good day, y'all.
All right.
All right,
Later, bro. You too.
all right, bye.